Hey, thank you for being here today. You know, it means a lot to me to connect with you. I'm not here to give you some magic formula for success, because that doesn't exist. But what I can share with you is my story, one of failure, loss, and resilience. It's the story of how I turned my worst failures into the fuel that eventually propelled me toward success. And I know you've heard it before. Failure is a part of success, but we don't often talk about how painful that process really is. We all have moments when we feel like quitting, when it seems like the world is stacked against us, and when it feels like the finish line is moving further away, the harder we try to reach it. But here's the truth. Failure isn't your enemy. It's not the thing you need to be afraid of. In fact, it's often the thing that shapes you the most. It's the fire that forges you into the person you need to be to achieve your dreams. Let me take you back to one of the most significant failures in my life. The one that made me feel like everything I worked for was crumbling apart. It was years ago. I had a dream like so many of us do. I was working on a business I was passionate about. I poured my heart, soul, and every ounce of energy I had into it. I thought I was on the right path, but reality hit hard. One wrong decision, one misstep, and everything started falling apart. I remember the feeling, the weight of failure pressing down on me, the overwhelming sense of defeat. I was so close to walking away, telling myself that I wasn't cut out for this, that I wasn't good enough. I felt like I had let everyone down, including myself. But here's what I learned in that moment. It wasn't the failure that defined me. It was how I responded to it. You see, failure has a way of showing you things you can't see when things are going well. When everything is smooth, it's easy to feel invincible. But when you fail, it forces you to look inward, to really assess what went wrong, and more importantly, why it went wrong. I started to ask myself a simple yet powerful question. What can I learn from this? And I'll be honest with you, it wasn't easy to answer. I was angry, I was disappointed. But eventually I realized something vital. Failure wasn't a dead end, it was a lesson. It was in that moment I decided I wasn't going to give up. I didn't know how things were going to turn around, but I knew one thing for sure. If I didn't keep going, I would never know what I was capable of achieving. So I kept going. Here's where I want to hit home for you. You have to change your perspective on failure. It's easy to see failure as a sign that you're not meant for success, but that's just the surface level. Beneath that is a wealth of growth waiting to be tapped into. You see, every failure you experience teaches you something. Every setback gives you new information about yourself, about what works, and about what doesn't. And the sooner you start embracing that, the sooner you'll start to see failure as a stepping stone, not a stumbling block. But here's the hard truth. You can't embrace failure and then just sit there hoping things will change. You have to take action. You have to pick yourself up and get back in the game, even if you feel like you're starting from scratch. That's the difference between those who stay stuck in their failure and those who transform it into success. I won't sugarcoat it. It's hard. It's exhausting. There are days when you'll feel like it's all too much, but every time you push through, even just a little bit, you're building something inside of yourself that no one can take away. Resilience. I'm sure you've heard the phrase, what doesn't kill you makes you stronger. It's cliché, right? But when you've been through failure after failure, you start to realize it's not just a saying, it's a truth. Every setback gave me strength I didn't know I had, and each mistake led me to refine my strategy, my mindset, and my work ethic. Fast forward a few years, and that same business I almost gave up on, it turned into something I'm proud of today. Not because it was easy, but because I didn't quit. Because I embraced every failure along the way and turned it into fuel. And I want you to do the same. So here's my advice to you. If you're facing your own failures right now, don't be afraid of failure. See it as a tool to teach you what you need to know. The more you fail, the closer you get to success. Reflect on what went wrong. Take the time to analyze what happened. What did you learn? What will you do differently next time? Keep going. Success isn't about never failing. It's about never giving up. Even when it's hard, even when you feel like it's all for nothing, just keep moving forward. One small step at a time. Embrace resilience. It's not about how many times you fall. It's about how many times you get back up, stronger each time. That's what defines success. Remember, every failure brings you closer to the person you're meant to be. It's not the end. It's just the beginning of something greater. So if you're facing a setback right now, whether in your career, relationships, or life in general, take a moment, breathe. You're okay. You're going to be okay. And most importantly, you're going to succeed because you won't give up. I believe in you. If this message resonated with you, I'd love to hear your thoughts. Comment below and share a time when you turned a failure into a success. Or if you're struggling right now, let's support each other. You're not alone in this journey. And if you want more content like this, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you never miss an inspiring video. Keep moving forward, my friend. I'm cheering for you every step of the way.